being a creative is your whole life. It's your whole life. Everything I try to do, I try to be creative with without sounding like a dick, you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
Getting tired of hearing all these noises in my head. I can't seem to make them go away. Sick and tired of hearing you say I'm already here. When you gonna get up and go away?
Hey, everybody, welcome back to Bad. Hey, do you want to do this one?
Yeah, I do want to do this one.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Bad Idea Social Club. I'm Joe Matteson.
And I'm Aaron McCall. We were planning on keeping this season pretty local, you know, at least Michigan, because this is kind of our first outing for video, and it's really just kind of a thing that I need to learn this process, so I want to do it as much in person as I possibly can.
Yeah, simplify the areas that we can simplify.
Yeah, and then Mark Stein fucked everything up.
In the best way possible.
Yeah. So Mark's an illustrator and graphic designer, and there was just something about his work that just wouldn't leave me alone. It just wouldn't get out of my head. And it reminds me of my childhood, but in a more aggressive and expressive way. Like in a punk rock 90s cartoon kind of way. But like the cartoons that were not made for kids, but they were just shown to us it was, you know.
That's my favorite shit.
Yeah,
that was
same.
my shit.
Same.
Yeah, I love that. That still shows up in my life nowadays. It's why I love over detailed, complicated illustration is because of Ren and Stimpy, which for 100% was not for kids.
No,
it was disgusting.
We talk about that too, but
nice.
Mark piped in from Gold Coast, Australia, our first international guest, and we talked about growing up with that kind of visual language and how it just sticks to you, and how it turns out to evolve into something ownable and that is just yours. We got into developing a style where you decide to just leave something alone, and also pushing yourself too far, the burnout, losing the spark, and figuring out how to keep showing up without just running yourself into the ground.
I think we grew up in a time where subtlety was not a thing.
No.
When it comes to artwork and design, everything was very just in your face and loud and bright and moving, and I think that says a lot about what I need to have something communicated nowadays is subtlety is hard for me. Do you find it hard? Do you struggle with that at all?
I think as a designer, I try to lean more minimalist most of the time.
Yeah,
and
that's great.
I think what I think I've been doing it for so long. Mm-hmm. I'm in this phase now where I'm trying to go the other way.
Cool.
And trying to be less subtle and to get more loud and fucky. You know,
I dig that. I love that. It seems to me that the time you get most excited about your work is when it almost directly links itself to the stuff you used to love. So the stuff you do for our brewery and all of the stuff that just goes back into your childhood. That's the shit.
Well, dude, it's funny. It's funny you mention Our Brewing because we they're big masters of the universe guys, right?
Yeah.
And I could not be more fucking stoked about this movie that's coming out. This is not a plug. This is not a thing. We're not big enough for people to pay me for that, but I'm so fucking stoked.
We're going.
Yeah.
I'm dressing up.
We're going. Yeah. Or are we dressing down?
Yeah. I don't know. I'm going to look good either way, damn it. Yeah, we're going. I'm super stoked about it too. Yeah, I also feel that when I can link my work back to the things that I used to love, that's when it's I know I'm doing it right. Is at the end of the day, as artists, if we're not tapping into what we think is really cool and interesting and what has influenced us over the years, what are we? You could Google search that shit.
That's got to be the first filter, right? Do I like this? And early in my career too, I spent so much time just floundering trying to make what I thought people wanted, because
Absolutely.
I mean if we're being honest, I was in an environment where that was the norm, that was encouraged, and that sucks, and then I got the fuck out of there. It took me 5 years, but I got the fuck out of there.
Yeah.
But man, like I am in a spot now where like there's no way that I'm going to bring something to the table that I am not in love with.
That's a great spot to be.
But then also
That is
the
an
payoff
amazing
is
spot to
that
be.
like, you know, it's the vulnerability and like I might get my heart broken, but I
Yeah.
also might fight you about it.
Yeah, that's right. Which you love to do anyways.
I do.
You love getting in the ring.
Yeah. Mm.
You know what's interesting, and you just made me realize this, is early on when I started shooting, I was literally just shooting for myself. And I found people gravitate towards that and they like appreciated my work because of that. I can't think of a defining moment, but there was a moment when I started like getting in my head and thinking like, well, what do I need to be shooting for other people? And I felt like a pull away from my work from people. Like I felt like I was reaching less people. And now over the course of the last, I don't even know how long, but like 5 years or so, I'm fully tapped into what I think is cool and loving the work I'm doing. And I'm watching our business, like I'm really watching our business grow because of it.
Dude,
'Cause
I mean, I've
love our
said this 1,000 times, but it's like people can smell the bullshit, you know?
Well, before we dive in, don't forget to follow wherever you're listening, leave a 5-star review, and don't forget to tell your friends.
Also, this thing runs off of merch sales and listener support and reviews. Go do all that stuff. We'll love you forever for it. And here's my conversation with Mark Stein, Stein by Design. Dude, I've never been as unsure and uncomfortable about maybe anything in my life as I was about making sure that like I got the time conversion right.
Yeah, I checked this morning. I thought, I think it's 11 o'clock. And then because my partner's American and I'm sorry, my wife's American. And she's like, check through your time schedule. And I'm like, I think it's 10 o'clock. And then you sent that email through. So yeah.
Yeah, I was sitting there and I was like, wait a minute. We just had a time change. I bet you that biffed everything up. Had to have.
Nah, well, good.
Had to have. But yeah, man, like I said, like I don't know anything about you. You're so like any details about you are so sparse on the internet, man.
Yeah, I'm a bit of a phantom. I'm trying to get more, obviously, online more. But yeah, I didn't start posting my artwork till properly till like 5 years ago.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, it's been really good. But
What was the push to kind of put it out there?
oh, just basically, yeah, like I'm 41, turning 42 this year, and just life's too short. And yeah, working an older job back then, and it kind of changed my perception on things. So I had the cliche thing, like, you know, I'm driving to work. I always had artwork since I was a kid. Like I've started when I was 7 years old, and it's always been my happy place of what I do. And yeah, always had it on the back burner doing jobs here and there for people. And then, yeah, driving to work one day and I literally got that universal push from a truck. And yeah,
Oh,
totally,
shit.
totally wrote off my car. And then I was like, this is the epiphany moment. And yeah, just started pushing it and connecting. Because I've always been a lone wolf, as most creatives are. And connected with some community, which was really good for me and to boost my confidence. And yeah, just started putting it out slowly. So yeah,
What is the creative community like in Australia?
oh, it's huge. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Like I've got a Discord group with like-minded designers and artists and stuff, and it's probably about 10 of us. And we're called the Flaming Galahs, which is really funny. And yeah, we just send through ideas, pricing, but just boost each other up, which is awesome. And I never had that because I was always like, man, I'm the only one that does this stuff. Like that's what most creatives think. And then you like discover new people and you're like, fuck, there's actually more people out here like this. And it's like, you know, when you get that spark of knowledge, you're like, oh shit, yeah, we can help and push off each other and whatever. So yeah, it's basically, yeah, I'm 3/4 part-time artist, and then I've got a 2-day job just to get
I was just
by
gonna
at the
say, what
moment.
does that mean? What does that mean that you're a part-time artist?
So basically 2 days a week I have another job, and then this year I'm going to try and convert to go full-time, but just learning my
Yeah.
way again. So, but it's awesome. Like I've had really good feedback about my work and opportunities of lately, which has been great. So it's like, well, you know, if anyone else can do it, I can do it, but I just got to grind harder. So
Well, and you're like pulling in some attention from like some pretty serious clients, right?
Lately, yeah, I've actually been really blown away. I'm like, what? And I got a message. Like, I did a job. I probably can't mention it just yet. Um, but yeah, it's from a band that I've grown up with, and I was like, wow, okay, cool. And that was just a DM, and I was like, fuck, that's unreal. Like that, I can't fathom it at the time.
Yeah.
So then I actually, yeah, I did it, completed it, was all good, and then I sit back when I finished, and I'm like, wow, if I could tell my 14-year-old self that, that's really, really cool.
Yeah. He's
But
never
yeah,
going to
so
believe you.
no, he'd be so stoked. And yeah, so just keep plugging, but it's all about a balance. Like obviously a few years ago when I got into it, I was like, I'm going to do this. So I was like getting up at 4 o'clock and I was like, I'm going to draw, I'm going to draw, I'm going to draw. And there's that balance of burnout.
Yeah.
And I actually, yeah, I burnt myself out that bad. I ended up in hospital.
Oh my God.
And yeah, I had this little thing called atrial fibrillation. It's like an irregular heartbeat. Like
Yeah.
I'm a healthy guy, but because I was drawing and putting my life on the line, basically. And yeah, so after that, I learned that balance of know the warning signs before they kick in if you're going too hard. And it's just little things like when you're drawing, you get stuck in, you don't hydrate properly, or you don't, you just want to keep going.
Yeah.
And
Or
it's
you're
like a
only
little-
sleeping till 3 a.m. and
yeah. Well, I've worked like all different shifts over my life and done nights, afternoons, mornings, but now I'm back to mornings, which is cool. But yeah, I used to love getting up, and I used to live in the high rise near the ocean. I used to have a coffee and like watch the sunrise and then kick right in, which was great. But then yeah, I'd get to like 11 o'clock and like, oh, I have no breakfast, and then it all stems from there. So yeah, keeping your daily routine really helps, which is cool.
I feel like you kind of got to be bitch slapped a little bit to kind of be like, I mean, well, I guess you were, because you stress yourself out so fucking hard. You went to the hospital.
Yeah, and that's the only way I learn. So that's like my
So let's go back a little bit. I want to know about your origin story, because I think every kid draws, right? But some of us can't let it go for better or worse. Some of us are just wired for it. So what do you think kept you in from starting to draw at 7 years old to 41?
Jeez, I think so basically, obviously every kid watches cartoons, and that's where my love started. So I used to watch like Ren and Stimpy, Rocco's Modern Life, and that just was like, fuck, that's awesome.
Yeah, dude.
And then because I'm like 41, so I'm pre-internet age, so I used to like tape cartoons on VHS. This is a spin out, and then I'd pause it, and then I'd draw, because we didn't have YouTube or tutorials or anything. So I used to pause it and then draw expressions on faces. And that love was like from there. And then like I'd buy magazines and then I'd draw from that. Basically, it was just always in the back of my mind. I always did it. I did it through high school. I was that typical non-jock guy that always used to draw. Like I get along with everyone, and I used to have parties at my place, and everyone would be, say, watching football, and I'd be out the back drawing. That's just where I felt comfortable.
I love that, dude. You're my people.
Yeah, I can tell. It's awesome. So yeah, I did that through high school. A lot of people can see like tattoo references in my work, and they're like, "Why don't you be a tattooist?" And I was like, "Oh," and I started working at like 18. I was like, "Oh no, it's just not my thing," and I didn't resonate with it. Nothing against tattoos at all, but
Dude, tattooing somebody, the idea of tattooing somebody scares the shit out of me.
yeah,
That's like high stakes stuff.
infectious control, everything. Yeah,
Yeah, and like I know my hand. Like she's gonna it's weird stuff is gonna happen,
skin is different to paper.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so basically drew throughout high school, just loved it. Did like like I'm self-taught. I've never been like trained or anything like that, and that's just the love of it and the passion of since I've been a kid. In high school, I took like 2 classes where it was like main art, which I found really, boring. And there was another thing called like design and action, which was like just do your thing and just draw whatever. And then I'd get to a point where I wasn't doing it in class, but I'd love doing it at home. And then I'd bring my stuff in from at home and I'd get marked like that, because that was
I
my
love
comfy.
that.
So didn't draw for 10 years, started drumming, loved that. And and then slowly got back into drawing. And then, yeah, probably, what am I now, 41, probably 36. I was like, nah, like, you've been doing it all your life. It's like a fire starts when you're a little kid.
Yeah.
And you find that spark, and now I've realized to keep that fire burning. And it's repetition. Like, you've got to, every day, kind of do something to an extent. And yeah, basically, if I don't do something every day, I feel like that fire is kind of going like that.
You kind of feel like you're falling behind a little bit, or like
Yeah.
you're kind of being snuffed out.
Yeah. But I don't know, just like, as I said, connecting with other artists has really helped me a lot. And yeah, just like, learning how they struggle with things. And it's like, well, that's similar to me. And it's like, we're all human at the end of the day. But I still like drawing so long, I still find drawing hard, if that makes sense. Because
Dude, it makes perfect sense.
Yeah. Because like I never sit there and go, I'm an artist. I never sit there and say that, because I'm always wanting to learn. And if I don't find it difficult to do, it means that I'm not doing my best, if that makes sense.
Yeah, you're not pushing yourself enough.
Yeah. So like if I've, we all have that. So we have a client come along and we go, they give us our ideas and we go, yeah, cool. And then we sit down on the day and we're like pumped. And there's that first 30 minutes where you're like, fuck, what are you going to do? And I think about projects 2 days before I go in. So I just think about it. And that's just how my brain works. And then, I sit down, there's that half an hour of like, what am I going to do? And then as soon as you start drawing for like 5 minutes, you're like, oh yeah, cool.
Like,
and it all starts. Yeah. So basically, art has always been in my veins ever since I was a kid. And like, I love it. Like, it's just a world, it's that typical saying, a world without art is just,
Yeah.
And
Dude.
it goes for like everything. Like, if you're into instruments or you're into pottery or into gardening, I think being creative is awesome for your mind. Like it is.
Yeah.
It really is. And yeah, everyone should just pick up some form of being creative, I think.
Talk to me a little bit about some more of the earlier influences, right? Like, I mean, you talked about Ren and Stimpy and, magazines and stuff, but there's a very clear punk and skate kind of culture influence, right?
All right, cool. So basically, born in the 80s, grew up in the 90s, and started skateboarding at the age of, I'd say 13, and heavily into skateboarding. So I'd skateboard for like 6 hours a day, every day. And I was pushing to get sponsored, and I loved it, like absolutely loved it. And I think that scene, I stumbled across skateboard graphics, and that just melded awesomely. And I used to source like cool skateboard brands shirts from America that had wicked graphics. And I was like, yeah, cool, I want that. So that inspired me. Started getting into punk music when I was 12. And like my first ever gig that I ever been to in my life was Melancholy when I was like 13.
Love it.
And that was, that got the ball rolling. And then, skating and punk music goes hand in hand with my style. And then I think when I started drumming a bit later, I got into more heavier stuff because I liked like double kicks and all that kind of thing.
Oh yeah.
And so I'm a bit of a, like, I chop between metal and then I go back to punk and then I go through like weeks like that. But yeah, skateboarding and punk music, you probably hear it from everyone that's into it. It's like, it's art. It's all connected.
Yeah. Something I love about like punk and skate culture and stuff is that like it doesn't really ask for permission for anything. And as an outsider looking at your work, like it screams that, man. It's so I don't know, like your work is so free and like kind of fucked up in the coolest ways. You know what I mean?
I like that. Yeah, thank you.
So like at this point in your career, like what are you trying to say anything with your work?
I try to like, obviously with artists as like light and dark and all that kind of thing, but I don't really get too far into it. I just like to make cool shit and have fun with it. And basically have a bit of fun in my work if you can see it. Like, say it's a skull
Yeah.
or whatever, like it could be dark. Most people see that, but I like to have a bit of fun with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think that's where watching cartoons come into play. So like I'm trying to learn more stylization in my work. And that's really difficult to do, like things that are tweaked and things that are warped. And it just adds more character. But yeah, so basically, if you look at my artwork and you like it, I appreciate it. It's cool. But more fun, like more spirit, more childlike spirit. So yeah.
Yeah. What do you hope people get out of it?
Basically, I've been really thinking about changing to go to mural work. That's what I want to do.
Oh, I love
So,
that.
yeah.
That's
So
a scary
basic-
jump.
Oh, I'm keen for it. To navigate it, I'm learning. So basically, I just want to be diverse. I don't want to be stuck on a screen. I don't.
Yeah.
And working on screens for hours, it just fries your brain. So basically, I don't know if you've seen some of the other stuff I've been doing, which is like wood cutouts and stuff. I've been doing
Yeah.
that. And I thought that's really fun. So that's another thing I can do. Physical artwork, which is fun because you can do digital stuff, print it, but handmade originals is really, really cool. And I spend a few weeks on those, like per thing. That thing behind me, that took me like on and off about 2.5 weeks.
Dude, honestly, I thought you were going to say longer.
I'd say that's pretty generous, 2.5 weeks. But
Yeah.
that's a 2-layer, so I had to cut out all the little pieces by hand with a jigsaw.
No shit.
Yeah, so and I was new, because I wanted that like 3D dimension, and I think doing stuff like that has actually got me interested in like art installations as well, and making like 3D kind of pieces. But yeah, so basically, without rambling, I want to like have multiple things I can do. But yeah, I think murals are really, really, really cool. I did one about 2 years ago to make screen printing place, and yeah, it was so much fun. It took me like 60 hours to do because it was like 8 meters by 6 meters.
Yeah.
And he's into like chopper bikes and like reapers and stuff. So I did a big one across his wall. And yeah, it was an awesome learning curve. I did one when I was younger. Was all like, yeah, in my bedroom, like make it all like surf art kind of style. But yeah, I don't know. I get really inspired about big pieces of artwork, and that's where I'd like to take it. So
Dude,
yeah.
I signed on to do a mural last summer, and
Oh, yeah.
I put it off because I got scared. I think, like I got intimidated, and it got the best of me. Like I backed out like a fucking coward. Try to paint up whatever reason, that is not my fault for why I didn't do it. But do you ever get intimidated by anything you see kind of coming down the way?
Oh, like imposter syndrome. It always kicks in, man. Like it always kicks in. And you're sitting there and you're like, I want to do it. And then you get a chance and you're like, then I kind of rule it out and I'm like, I have to do it. Like if it's going to kill me, I have to do it. So, but yeah, when I tackled that wall, I was like, Matt's really, really cool. So we had a great relationship and I walked in there. And then when it actually come time to do it, I was like, oh, okay, this is pretty big.
You're like, it was a big wall.
Cool. And I can't work in there till like 1 a.m. tunes cranking and stuff like that. But just learning, like as soon as you get over that first 5 minutes, then you kind of just start working, and you have no time to think. You just work. But yeah, it's scary. Like when I started doing like clients' works and stuff like that, you just get to a point where when you start it, you're like, I don't want to fuck it up. I always want to do the best thing I can for someone, even if I work overtime, always, because I don't want to put out work that I'm not completely proud of.
Yeah, dude, you can't.
No, you can't. And there are times you can't get it perfect, but you can go to sleep at night saying that's the best that I can do, and that's all you can do.
Your identity and your thoughts and the thing that you're making kind of get all tangled together. So like, what's that relationship like for you? Like, is there a line between, Mark as a person, Mark as a creative?
Well, yeah, everyone's their own being and what they do on different things, but being a creative is your whole life. It's your whole life. Like everything I try to do, I try to be creative with without sounding like a dick, you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
without being like, yeah, but yeah, basically just be yourself, do what you do and enjoy it. So
And so then outside of the construct too of normal designer client relationships, or you're making something for yourself after work hours, like how are you using that creative energy? Like what gets it? Who gets it?
it's a balance. Like you got to have, time for your family, your life, and your art. If I've got a job on, then I'm 100% in on that job until it's like, okay, I got to have dinner, and then that's it for the day. And then when that job finishes, and then I have, say, like a little bit of time in between the next job, that's when I'm thinking personal projects. And I think personal projects are very, very good for yourself, because then you're not stuck doing job, and you have no creative freedom for yourself. So yeah, and then it's just a balance with everything. Like go to bed early, because I think nothing after 9:30, 10 o'clock is going to work out. So you just go to sleep.
Yeah, that's right.
Like my wife, she's very structured and routine, so she gets me into gear, which I need. So it's nice.
Dude, I love that.
Mm.
Speaking of balance, though, how are you achieving balance? Like, because like you just said, like at 9:30, 10 o'clock, shut it down, whatever. But like, that's not always easy to do.
You just have to wind down, and like obviously, if I'm in bed, yeah, you think.
Tell me your secrets. How do you get out of it? That's what I need.
Eat a big dinner.
Yeah, done.
Eat a big dinner, get full, get nappy, and go to bed. Yeah.
Oh, real quick, I should have asked it. Say your name so I know how to say it correctly, so I don't look like an asshole.
Like the German beer, Stein.
Are you a beer guy?
Yeah, so if I'm gonna drink a beer, I'd be like IPA kind of guy.
Yeah, dude, same.
Yeah,
same. You do some like label work too, right?
Yeah, it's really cool. I've just finished one that hasn't come out, but it's a company called Shred in California. It's a brewery. And yeah, I got approached to do one a few months back, and I was absolutely stoked, because being an artist, you always want to get on a beer can.
Yeah.
Like, it's a tick. And yeah,
it's one of the coolest things you can do.
Yeah, definitely. And yeah, so I did the first one, and it's like, yeah, real skate graphic kind of, what's it called? Gooseberry Garden. So I did like these kind of creepy vines and this like 80s kind of skull. Yeah, real like blues and like fluorescent greens and stuff like that. So yeah, really stoked with that. I got a few friends that do beer can work in Australia, and yeah, in Australia, like beer can artists are huge. Like there's every brewery around the corner in Australia that just wants to keep making cool art. So yeah, to like not even work in Australia breweries, I've gone straight to America, I find that really, really cool.
Yeah.
The next beer can is like 420 related.
Yeah, fuck
So,
yeah.
Yeah.
Does it have anything extra in it?
No.
Son of a bitch.
No, it doesn't know.
Oh man, dude. So where I live in Grand Rapids, Michigan, like I think it's like 8 years or something like that, maybe longer, has been recognized as Beer City, USA.
Yeah, awesome.
We have like the most breweries per capita or whatever. I don't know what it is. I don't know how we get that title, but there's a shit ton of breweries.
Yeah.
Doing art for beer has been like it's been a fun thing for me. So to kind of go back to what we were talking about earlier about like finding that creative community, there is actually there's a conference in Chicago called the BOP Conference, and like I've never really met other designers who like make stuff for beer, but it's like when you walk in a room and then there's 200 other beer designers in there, dude. That like sense of community is just, it's gnarly.
You won't sleep that night. Your brain's just on fire.
Yeah.
After talking.
Yeah. And it's like, you're kind of looking at what everybody else is doing and trying to be like, not be weird with it, like here, let me tell you this story. So, I went out there a couple of years ago, and it was right after COVID. right? So I got socially awkward and kind of weird for a few minutes coming out of there. Like I forgot how to be, you know? And I was kind of texting with my wife. We were at this like mixer and stuff before the conference. And I was like, I know these are my people. Like, I just gotta like, you know, I gotta get my head out of my ass a little bit and go talk to somebody. And she's like, just go find somebody, like, just so, you know, go find somebody that looks cool, strike up a conversation. And dude, as far as I got was like this one dude's kind of like walking toward me, and I start to kind of, and he just keeps walking, and I'm like, fuck me, dude. I'm out. I just went back to the hotel room.
Yeah. It's hard. It's like, you know, we just get in our own psyche kind of thing. And it's like, we're all just the same people, you know, what we're doing. And then you like, say you talk to someone, like totally off topic, you talk to someone that you admire on it, like Instagram, and you're like, oh, but then like, we're all the same. That's it.
Yeah, dude, I love it. Mark, is there anything else we should talk about before we go topic hopping?
Can't think of anything at the moment.
All right, well then let's do it. When you're gone, what do you hope people say about you?
I'll hope people would say that I'm easygoing and laid back. That I treated people with the same amount of respect that I'd want to be treated.
Finish the thought. Creativity requires
passion and patience.
Expand on that.
Have the patience to learn your craft and have the fire and the passion to keep it going.
It's so good. What would your last meal be?
Ooh. Probably like a ribeye with like mushroom sauce or something.
Yeah, fucking A right, dude. What's the best or the worst advice that you've ever received?
It's just a hobby, or it's a pipe dream.
Oh, dude, I could backhand somebody.
Yeah.
You know,
it will be if you're not going to push it. Like it's just going to be a faded dream if you're not going to push it. So if you want it, go get it.
At some point, the training wheels have to come off, right? So when did things get serious for you?
Probably late 30s, to be honest. Like that I actually was going to be like, yeah, I need to do this, because it deep inside me was always, I had the purpose of doing artwork, but I need to do this for the rest. Like I want to do this for the rest of my life, and I need to pull my finger out. So we all go through life, we do certain things, different roads or whatever. But then you're like, this is what I'm here for. Like, this is why I want to do what I do. And, you know, that's, in my mind, that's the only thing I'm half decent at. So I need to do what I love, because that's what brings me happiness at the end of the day. So, yeah.
Oh, that's the fucking best. What would your walk-up song be? What's your walk-up song?
Oh. Where am I walking into?
Fucking anywhere you want.
A really strung out matchbook. Yeah, probably that one.
Love it.
Or
Love
if it's like a bigger thing like Black Dahlia Murder or something like that. So.
Oh, so you're not fucking around.
I have different ranges, but yeah. That's
I love it. Yeah. Mark, what makes you feel most like yourself?
Oh, that's a tough question. Feels like myself. When I give, this would be like an art-based question, but when I give someone something that I've created and seen it in their face, and if they're super stoked with that, then that's how I feel my best self.
Oh, dude, that feeling doesn't get old. It just doesn't.
Never. Gets better and better.
But on the opposite side of that fucking sucks. I gifted my brother a print because he was really instrumental in like encouraging me to like break off on my own and you know, open up an online shop and all that fun stuff. So as soon as like it was a real thing, like I gifted him a print, and then he got divorced, and I came over to help him move, and that son of a bitch, like the print was just stuffed under his bed just beat to dog shit. So now I'm all like shy about like, do I want to give somebody artwork? Do I want to gift it? Or am I being like presumptuous, like they give a shit?
If it makes you feel good in the moment, that should be all that matters, I think.
My man, I love that.
Because whatever happens to it, and you got no control of it. So, yeah.
God, I love that. Mark, do you have any regrets?
No, probably starting art earlier, and I couldn't say I was 7 years old, so I couldn't really start it any earlier. No, I'd like to live a life of no regrets because then that just taints you. So, yeah.
All right, I got one more question for you. Are you okay?
Yep.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm happy. I'm actually happy. Yeah, it's cool.
Good, man. I love that. Dude, thank you for doing this. It was a freaking treat to come out and hang out with you for a little bit.
No, it's my absolute pleasure, man. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Before we go, where can people find you?
So I'm in the process of doing a new website. So basically the easiest way to get and see my stuff will be Instagram. That would be the best way to do it at the moment. That's
at Stein by Design, yeah?
Yeah, at Stein by Design. Or steinbydesign.art@gmail.com would be my best email. So yeah, if you want to reach out, you want to get some work done, hit me up. I'm keen. Let's create something cool together. Dude, I love it. Thank you for doing this. I really appreciate it, man. Thank you, man. You go have a lovely afternoon. I'm going to go to bed. And, yeah. All right, man, it's almost lunchtime, so I'm going to have some lunch. Yeah, I love it, dude. All right, man, let's get out of here. All right, thanks, man. Sick and tired of hearing all these noises in my head. I can't seem to make them go away. Bad Idea Social Club is an independent podcast made possible by merch sales, reviews, and listener support, and is created and hosted by me, graphic designer Aaron McCall, and co-hosted by photographer Joe Matteson. Music is Noises by Mike Mades in the Branches. Get Bad Idea Social Club wherever you get your podcasts. Sick and tired of hearing all these noises in my head.